Happy Saturday, happy Friday, whatever day that you are watching this presentation. So my name is Emily Selesky. I am here to share with you the Boston Red Sox spring training decision case study. So I'm a huge Boston Red Sox fan, so obviously I had to pick this case study from the book. Let us just dive right in. So in this PowerPoint, we're going to discuss the Boston Red Sox organizational supply chain, the forecasting demand and supplies sales, the types of inventory and their purpose, and lastly, how inventory is monitored and controlled. So the supply chain management, how exactly we describe it. So the Red Sox franchise has taken its business success and combined it with the loyalty with their consumers. Fenway Park is not just a park. Many of the consumers have looked at Fenway as a home, and that is how the owners of Fenway like to describe it as. It is not just the individual players that we idolize, it's just Fenway Park. And so what I mean by that is the franchise has avoided building its brand on the backs of superstars, especially since the free agency and skyrocketing player salaries has made it nearly impossible to keep star players under contract for more than a few years. So for example, Mookie Betts. The Red Sox discussed 4 locations for their new training stations, planning on going green. So in the textbook, the 5 board members of the city council, they have made a location decision. They have to make a location decision in 3 weeks if they have to meet the requirements of previous agreements. So they do the spring training and they have to sign a 30-year lease. And then 2 economic impact studies indicated that if the stadium would generate $25 to $40 million. Switching locations, this would help out local airports, hotels, restaurants, and retail stores just by making this change. So 3 possible locations for spring training if they decide to make this switch. Site A includes 241 acres, and it's big enough to fit let's say, a sports village. And it is located next to a shopping mall. It is within 4 miles of the Florida Gulf Coast University, and it would cost the city council around $18 million. Site B includes 209 acres, and it is located between 2 shopping malls. This site is 2 miles away from the Florida Gulf Coast University, and then the finalized cost would be $22 million. Site C includes 2,000 acres of wetlands and habitat for animals. Within 3 miles, there is a shopping mall, and then 2 miles, there is the Florida Gulf Coast University. A developer intends to donate 100 acres, so the stadium cost is free. So here we have the forecasting chart for total revenue, revenue multiples, and then just the finalized value cost of the tickets that come in when a fan buys a ticket. And yeah, this is not an updated chart, but this is from 2017. But the Red Sox have had a really, really good run, as you can tell, in 2017. The average cost of a ticket in 2017 was $56. And the Red Sox, they continue to raise their ticket prices by 2.5% for the 2018 season. So the average figure this year would forecast to be almost about $57. So the average attendance per home game, it would pretty much depend on how well the team performs. So the attendance has largely been about 36,000 over recent years, or let's say roughly 96% of Fenway Park's capacity of 37,500 people. So if the team is performing well, let's say, we expect attendance that should be above average. So according to this, we forecast the average attendance figure of 36,400 for the 81 home games. So all of this together, this works out for a revenue of $168 million for the Red Sox in the form of a regular gate receipt this 2017 game. So as you can see from the chart here, it represents the team's gate receipts in selling tickets. So with the premium gate receipts are correlated in the regular gate receipts on the 2017 game. So in conclusion, they believe that they forecast total revenues for the Boston Red Sox to be about $483 million in 2018. So that's pretty good. Red Sox are doing pretty good. So now let's go over to inventory. So how is inventory controlled and managed? So buying tickets and souvenirs, that's a whole other ball game. No pun intended. Fans buy seats to the Fenway games, and inventory for the tickets, it's managed digitally. So the Boston Red Sox, the MLB, they have a mobile app. So when you buy a ticket via this mobile app, you are able to keep track of how many seats are available to each home game. When you do so, when you buy a ticket, it is able to mark what seat is available. Souvenirs such as shirts and keychains that are bought on the MLB website or at a Fenway Park to increase their revenue. Hence, these are also forms of inventory, and there are managers for the MLB that keep track of this as well. And overall, these represent the revenues, ways for the sale of food and beverages at home games as well. They calculate the revenues that add on to the estimate overall forecast and the sales of goods, and then that also keeps track of the overall demand of goods. And that is it. That concludes my presentation. I hope you guys found this informative, just like I did. And if you guys are a huge Red Sox fan like me, I hope you guys liked it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys stay safe, happy, and healthy, and have a great holiday. Thank you. Bye-bye.